Hey Preds Nation, Johnny here to report on another Preds trade in the midst of summer. Well, our general manager works quick, doesn't he? Well, first off, let's take a few steps back to earlier this week to a certain incident that happened that I didn't feel in the moment needed to have a video made for it because I wanted to see how things shook out, and I wasn't entirely sure that Barry Trotz was going to be able to make a trade just like that. It was made public via Kevin Weeks earlier this week that Yaroslav Askarov would be refusing assignment to Milwaukee come training camp. Now, all of us could see it, any hockey insider could read the room, that basically this was pretty much going to happen because the Preds extended UC Saros for 8 years after this upcoming season. They signed Scott Wedgwood to be his backup for 2 years at $1.5 million. You're not going to park that down in Milwaukee. So yeah, pretty much this was eventually going to come out, but you think that the trade would have happened before word came out that, yeah, you're not sending me down there. Now, if we look back, there were reports as far back as the 2023 NHL draft, then a trade deadline this past season that, yeah, Barry Trotz was trying to shop him, but he was not getting any takers at the right price. Well, the leak this week put that pressure into overdrive. You didn't want there to be a distraction come training camp in September. Elliot Friedman would break the news Friday afternoon that Yaroslav Askarov, forward Nolan Burke, and a third-round pick in 2025, that pick belongs to Colorado, that was received by the Preds in exchange for Askarov Traded at the 2024 NHL trade deadline, in exchange for goalie Magnus Krona, forward David Edstrom, and Vegas's conditional 2025 first-round pick. So let's break down this trade piece by piece. Nolan Burke played last season in Nashville's East Coast Hockey League affiliate in Atlanta and scored 5 goals and 10 assists in 47 games. He'll most likely be assigned into San Jose's minor league system. Like I alluded to, that draft pick that the Preds received in exchange for Askarov Traded. Gotta love that draft capital. Comes in handy with trades like this, doesn't it? And you have Yaroslav Askarov, who finished his career with the Preds with a 1-1 record, a 2.57 goals against average, and a .914 save percentage. As for the pieces the Preds got, they got Magnus Krona, a 23-year-old Swedish-born defenseman, drafted 152nd overall in a 2018 NHL draft by the Tampa Bay Lightning. He sported a 1-6-1 record, 85.9 save percentage, along with a 4.71 goals against average last year with his time with San Jose. And again, that's San Jose, so naturally his stats will be a little off. But never you worry, the Preds are obviously acquiring him to fill the Askarov being shipped out, so he'll be playing the majority of next season, barring injury, in Milwaukee. Where this trade starts to get interesting is with the acquisition of David Edstrom and that conditional first-round pick. Edstrom is a Swedish-born center, drafted 32nd overall in a 2023 NHL draft right after Vegas won the Stanley Cup. He scored 7 goals and 12 assists in 44 games with Frölunda Hockey Club out of the Swedish Hockey League. Now it gets fun with this first round pick in 2025. Now, let me remind you that Edstrom, after he was drafted by Vegas this last spring before the NHL trade deadline, he was sent to San Jose as part of the Hurdle trade. Well, that was San Jose's to play around with, so now it comes to the Preds. And guess what? It's a conditional pick because San Jose still has theirs, and it's a draft lottery protected pick. So all purposes aside, if Vegas is a playoff team, Nashville's getting that pick. But this is where it gets interesting. If Vegas sucks, and we can all assume San Jose is going to suck, so their first round pick is going to be in the top 10 anyways. But if Vegas also sucks and their lottery pick is in the top 10, this is where it gets interesting. San Jose's is in the top 10 and Vegas is in the top 10. Well, guess what? San Jose still owes Nashville a 2025 first round pick. Basically, whichever one is lower in terms of quality, I don't want to get twisted in the logistics of higher or lower. If, say, just for example, just to make this make sense, if San Jose's pick is 5th and Vegas's is 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th, or 10th, yeah, Nashville will get the lesser quality of the two picks. So essentially, keep this in mind. Nashville has their first round pick in 2025. They will get a first round pick from San Jose, either San Jose's or Vegas. And don't forget now, they also have a first round pick coming to them from Tampa because of the Tanner Jeannot trade. We still don't know all the finer details of that because that's draft lottery protected too. And I still don't know what the backup plan is if Tampa Bay sucks next year, how Tampa Bay is supposed to refund Nashville that. If Tampa Bay is above a top 10 worst team, doesn't matter. Nashville will get Tampa Bay's 2025 first round pick. But with those 3 first rounders in mind, assuming everything goes well, and I don't want to get too much into this because it still has to work itself out, Nashville has the possibility of getting cap relief because the Philadelphia Flyers right now are trying to buy out Ryan Johansson for violating his contract. And we still don't know all the details of what he did to do that. Nashville could get any portion, depending on the settlement, if the Flyers win their case, of any portion of it, up to $4 million. Could you imagine if the Preds had up to $7 million in cap space and their cup window kicks open this spring and they also have 3 first round picks to play around with to get a good rental? This season just got a little bit better. All in all, not a bad trade. Yes, from the outset, San Jose looks like they got the better piece because they got the best player in the trade. But Barry Trotz did himself pretty good, I gotta say, essentially receiving 2 first round picks for somebody who's supposed to be an all-star NHL goalie down the road. Rumor has it that Montreal and New Jersey, who also made pitches to try and acquire Askarov, but in the end, San Jose apparently made the best pitch for him. I, for one, am glad to have this distraction out of the way come training camp next month, that we don't have to be worrying about why is Askarov here, distracting from who is obviously the starter in UC Saros. One last nugget that I wanted to share with you post-trade that you may have missed. Barry Trotz said on 102.5 The Game after the trade was consummated that after the season was over, in exit interviews and such, Askarov thought he was NHL ready. But Barry Trotz, the coaching staff, goaltending coach Mitch Korn, basically all told Askarov in no uncertain terms, in the nicest way possible, you're not ready for the NHL when you think you're ready. You're ready when your coaches think you're ready, when your play shows you're ready, and you're mature enough to handle that big step you got to take from the AHL to the NHL. Now, preparing for this video for you, I was just about done, ready to hit save and hit the camera to record this, but I had to edit out the ending because as it came out late, Alex Doherty found out of the Tennessean that Barry Trotz told Askarov secretly that, yes, I am going to shop you and I will get you moved before the NHL season. And apparently Askarov said, okay, I'll abide by that and be a good soldier. What changed, Yaroslav? Why? Why didn't you trust him to get a job done? That doesn't look very good on your part. I was going to say I wish you well, but if you're not going to show the maturity of that, hey, San Jose, have fun with him. Because I know you were anxious and Askarov is obviously happy because you extended him after his ELC entry-level contract ends this upcoming season to a 2-year, $2 million. So, Mike Grier, have fun with him. So that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching as always. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really like it. You can find my social media at any time and interact with me during any Preds news that breaks by clicking on a channel name. Tell all your friends about Redemption. And thank your lucky stars, Preds Nation. One last distraction heading into training camp. We have a general manager who knows how to cook and wants to make this team into a winner.